Watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, before I start talking about how great of a fight this was between Lucas Matthysse and John Molina, I want to go ahead and give a warning. I'm giving a warning to all of the dumbasses and all the haters who can't stand Floyd Mayweather, and you can't stand to hear people tell the truth about Floyd Mayweather, and you can't stand for his name to be brought up. In this video, I'm going to talk about Floyd Mayweather and correlate it into the performance that I just seen this past weekend with Lucas Matthysse. So now you've been warned. You could go ahead and stop the video. You can unsubscribe. You can do whatever it is you need to do. Go ahead and do it now, okay? So now we done weeded all of them out of the conversation. Let's get into some real damn boxing talk. Now, for those of you guys who've been watching my videos since day one, you know that I have been preaching for the longest. Defense, defense, defense. Your defense is more important than your offense. This is the reason why someone like Floyd Mayweather can move up and fight against a guy who's 20 pounds bigger than him. Pound for pound, one of the hardest punchers in the entire sport. And Floyd Mayweather goes in the ring and he looks like he's at a damn barbecue because he's so relaxed. He's having such a good damn time. This is the reason why someone like Guillermo Rigo can fight someone like Nonito Donaire, who at the night of the fight was at least 20 pounds bigger than him. And Guillermo Rigondeaux, he had no problems at all. You know why fighters like this are able to do this? Because they are not relying on one attribute. They're not just relying on tremendous speed. They're not just relying on tremendous power. What they are mainly relying on is intelligence. And having a great intelligence in the ring usually comes with having a great defense. And even though Lucas Matthysse, he has a pretty good defense. He doesn't have a Floyd Mayweather, Guillermo Rigondeaux defense, but he does have a very good defense for an aggressive fighter. See, Lucas Matthysse, he has a lot of power. He is a very strong puncher. And he's used to going in the ring having that advantage over all of his opponents, right? But the question is, what happens when you go in the ring and your opponent is stronger than you are, or even as strong as you are? This is what happens right here, because you were in waters that you have never been in before. This is the reason why you cannot rely on just having more power than all of your opponents, because eventually you're going to face a guy who's going to have the same power you do, or maybe even stronger. Then what are you going to do? You're going to have to find ways to adjust, okay? Now credit goes to Matthysse, because as this fight progressed, he did adjust a little bit, okay? Matter of fact, he adjusts a lot. He started to throw his jab, because Lucas Matthysse was really getting caught in the first couple of rounds because he was going in there just trying to knock Molina out. And that's exactly how Matthysse got caught. He would get knocked down twice in the fight, but just to come back extremely strong and take over the fight and knock out Molina eventually. So even though I thought it was impressive the way Lucas Matthysse saved his career and rallied back very strong, I still can't help but to think this was John Molina's fight to take. Okay, the reason why he didn't win this fight is because for whatever reason, I don't know what John Molina was thinking. This is not how he usually fights. But he just kept trying to throw the same overhand right over and over and over again. He wasn't setting anything up, you know, with body shots and then bring it up top to the head. It was all one overhand right throughout the duration of the fight. And that's what cost John Molina. I think if John Molina would have fought the way that he usually does, which is once you get on the inside, you bang to the body, you bang up top. If he would have used both of his hands, I truly believe that he would have possibly stopped Lucas Matthysse. But once John Molina started to throw that over right hand over and over and over again, then it was easy for Lucas Matthysse to pretty much switch it up and say, oh, he's just going to keep throwing that overhand right. I'm just going to watch out for the right, and now I'm just going to outbox him. And that's when Lucas Matthysse, he started to use his jab. And that's how he was setting up the big blows. He was coming in with the jab. So I believe that Matthysse was slightly exposed in this fight. I believe that John Molina, he really let Lucas Matthysse off the hook. Now, once again, though, it was very impressive how Lucas Matthysse came back. It was also very impressive that Lucas Matthysse, he would admit after the fight that John Molina was the hardest puncher he had ever faced. So the fact that Lucas Matthysse got knocked down twice and he still came back like a raging machine and end up knocking out the guy who is the strongest puncher you've ever been in the ring with, that is still pretty impressive, no doubt about it. Now, even though this was supposed to be a very easy opponent for Lucas Matthysse, I was telling friends that I truly thought that this fight may be Lucas Matthysse's most difficult fight to date. And the reason simply is, once again, because Lucas Matthysse was not used to getting in the ring with guys bigger or stronger than him, okay? And he was forced to have to adjust tonight. Another possible fight in the future that this fight reminded me of is how a Pacquiao versus Canelo Alvarez fight would look if they were to get in the ring with each other. And I'm telling you right now, the fight would look a lot like Matthysse versus Molina, okay? The power puncher versus the bigger power puncher, all right? And I could easily see Pacquiao getting knocked down, getting hurt, etc., because he doesn't have the intelligence and the defense to avoid those big bombs. So anyway, back to Lucas Matthysse. I want to say congratulations to Lucas Matthysse. He put on a good performance, okay? Obviously, you can't say it was an A+ performance or even a B performance, but he put on a very good performance against a very game John Molina. So the question now is, what's next for Lucas Matthysse? I kind of browsed across an article on one of those boxing websites where Richard Schaefer was saying he wants to match up Mauricio Herrera with John Molina. And I'm sitting over here thinking that doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't he match up the winner, Lucas Matthysse, against Mauricio Herrera? Why would he want to match him up with the loser? It doesn't make sense at all. So with that being said, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Lucas Matthysse is going to do in the future. I think he was a little exposed in this fight, and I think people are really coming after Lucas Matthysse now. We know Kareem Mayfield, or at least I know that Kareem Mayfield, he's been calling out Lucas Matthysse for almost a good year to 2 years. You know, Matthysse and other fighters as well. Danny Garcia, the list goes on and on. But the point is, who is Lucas Matthysse going to fight? Or what type of opponents is he going to keep facing? Because if he fights an intelligent fighter with even a little bit of power, Lucas Matthysse might be in some trouble. He might be in some trouble. I mean, it'll be really interesting to see what type of opponents they put in the ring for Lucas Matthysse. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right now, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's about time for me to go to sleep. So that's all I got on this one, guys. I'm on to the next one.